2010, I made a very deliberate decision to change my life and to move on and do something. And I didn't know what that was going to be. I thought I was going to be another IT professional hanging my own slate with my own business. But when I decided that I really wanted to look at it differently, that I really wanted to find something that I really wanted to do that fired me up here, and I really went through that process. I had those conversations with people that know me, and I had those conversations with people who met me, and I got introduced to lots of people. And it was the most rewarding thing that I've ever done in my life, besides get married and raise 4 daughters. But really for me to change this person and to go through that activity of dreaming with no limitations, no barriers, no preconceived ideas, to visualize what I was dreaming about, to have conversations with people who cared about me and people I've never met before but got introduced to. And nobody I got introduced to ever thought anything less than positive thoughts when they were having these conversations with me. It was so rewarding to listen to people, listen to their ideas, and find out the things that they thought of that I have never heard about. And to take those ideas and to put those into my bucket of ideas that I'm dreaming about and look at them, visualize them, say them out loud. And then look at the skills that I have and I've gained, the knowledge that I have, the ideas that I've come up with, the talent that I have, the passion that I have, and to figure out what all of these ideas mean to me. It was so rewarding. It turned me into something that I could never have visualized until I went through this process. So what I'm offering to you is this. Here's an idea. Here's a process. And it's not painful. It takes time. And you got to care about yourself to be willing to do this, to dream out loud, to share your dreams with others, including people you haven't met yet. If you're willing to spend some time, some energy, and care about yourself enough, then take the risk, go through this process.
Hey, Teddy, how are you?
Carol, I'm great. And I am so glad that you and I are going to sit here and have this conversation today. I've been really looking forward to sharing this with you.
Tell me what you're up to now.
So, I'm a career coach, and I volunteer around the Triad in North Carolina in all the job search groups and helping my friends, which is how you and I met,
right.
Helping you guys figure out who am I and what I do. And I think that you know that it is such an important realization for us to know who we are and what we do. And that's what I'm really focused on right now.
So how do you help people know who they are and what they do?
So often you hear this in career transition, that who I am and what I do is my last title. So people think, we all do. I went through the same phase in life where I thought that I was my last title, and that's what I needed to do next. And when I learned myself by going through this process that we're going to talk about, that I don't have to be what I was. I can be something new. And so it's a 3-step process that I take people through that really has so much impact on the person that I'm just excited about helping people do this.
All right, tell me about this process.
So, step one, well, the process is, I've got a name for it, and the name I have for it right now is called Dream, Dream Out Loud, and Share Your Dreams with Complete Strangers. It sounds a little scary.
It does.
But it's not. It doesn't have to be scary, and I can make it safe, rewarding, and even enjoyable.
Tell me how.
So step one, dream. So when we were children, we were all taught to dream. Go out and lay out under the stars and make a wish when you see a star going by, and always, dreaming and thinking and imagining and playing and pondering, I want to be a fireman, or I want to be a police officer, or I want to be a pilot. Right?
Right.
Well, then as we get older, we're charged with being more responsible, more mature.
Right.
I don't like that, by the way. And we're charged with being focused on deliberately being something and being and achieving some goal in life. And we're told in lots of different ways, stop daydreaming.
That's true.
And I just think that that is so belittling of the soul to tell us to stop daydreaming.
Okay, so what do we do then?
Step one of this process is to dream and to think about all the things that you wanted to be and or you want to be. And for me, Carol, 30 years in the technology industry, when I started really dreaming about what I wanted to be going forward in life, I started thinking about all kinds of stuff that excites me. Writing, teaching, training, public speaking, doing videos, writing my first book that I've stepped by twice now and created. I started thinking about all the things that I really, really wanted to do in life. And yeah, I put down pilot because I would love to have been a pilot or I'd love to be a pilot.
Okay.
And I just started writing down all the things. Write them down.
Okay.
All the things that I would love to do.
Okay.
And there's a couple things you have to think of when you're dreaming.
Okay.
No barriers.
All right.
No preconceived ideas.
Okay.
No thought about what others are going to think. Because this is about my life, not yours.
Okay.
And you can't think of dollar.
What?
You can't. You've got to put dollar aside. Hang with me, I promise you. When I talk this all the way out, it'll make sense. And I have proof that this works.
Okay, I'm ready.
So you dream and you write down your dreams and you write, again, no preconceived ideas, no barriers, no limitations. Don't think about dollar. And if I don't know how to do it, that's okay.
Okay.
I can learn.
All right, help me learn.
Now, the other part about this dreaming is when you write these down, you just can't go, I wrote that down, I wrote that down. You have to write down pilot, and you have to say it out loud, and then think of it. Pilot. You have to try to visualize Teddy being a pilot. Might be a little scary. You have to visualize being a public speaker and standing in front of a lectern. You don't stand on in front of a podium, you stand on it. And you visualize Teddy doing the things that he's dreaming about. That's step one.
Okay.
And it's not a little list, it's a big list. And it doesn't happen overnight. It takes weeks, maybe even months. Write down all the things that you're dreaming about. That's step one.
So step one is to write down all the things that you're dreaming about.
That you would love to do.
So what's the next step?
So the next step is now you have these ideas that are percolating in your head.
Right.
So the next step is to go talk with other people about the ideas that they may have. This is the dream out loud part, where you go meet people that know you. Start with your inner circle.
Okay.
The people you trust and respect, who care about you, maybe even love you.
Okay.
Family, friends, your wife, your husband. And then your brothers and your sisters and your uncles and your aunts and your next door neighbor and the guy that you worked with before and your best friends.
Okay. You
just start doing a very deliberate process of having conversations with these people.
Okay.
You don't share your list because that will guide them into what you're thinking.
Oh, okay.
You just share ideas with them and you have open conversation about, you know me, Carol. Right. Well, you've known me for some time now.
Right.
What kind of ideas do you think I should consider? So you ask your friends to give you ideas. And I promise you, if you have an open conversation and you're willing to talk about all kinds of stuff in life, your friends are going to have ideas that you never thought about. My friends, when I had this conversation, they told me, Teddy, why don't you think about writing? They told me, Teddy, you love to do this. Why don't you be a public speaker?
Oh, okay.
Teddy, you have all these ideas. Why don't you share them with others? I.e., be a trainer, a teacher,
all right,
a coach. I went and talked with people, and I said to them, well, I've spent 30 years in IT. What do you think of that? And they said, Teddy, you're not an IT guy. You never were.
So what's next? Because it's still,
still not clear. So when you go meet your friends and they share with you these ideas, you write down every idea they share with you. And again, no preconceived ideas, no barriers, no limitations. Don't think about dollar. And if they say something to you totally ridiculous, like be a Goonie bird farmer, write it down. And then when you write down all the ideas they share with you, you look at what they say. Trainer. You say it out loud.
Okay.
You visualize Teddy being a trainer.
Okay.
And you visualize Teddy doing that work. You visualize him walking into a group and being a trainer.
Okay.
Writer. You visualize writing your first book.
Oh, okay.
You visualize going to a book signing. You visualize all the things that they say, and if you visualize something that has some value to you, it'll make a smile happen on your face. If you visualize something that doesn't excite you, you're going to go, I just don't feel it. And that's okay. But you have all these ideas, you listen to what they say, you disqualify nothing, you write it, you say it, and you try to visualize it.
I write it, I say it, and I try to visualize it. And then what happens?
So there's the third step.
Okay.
And the third step is to look at who you are.
Okay.
What do you have? What are your skills? What are your talents? What's your passion?
Okay.
You write down the things that you've done in life and you write it down this way. What have I done that I enjoyed and I was good at?
Okay.
What have I done that I enjoyed that I wasn't real good at, but maybe could get better at?
So maybe that I would want to do?
If you write down something that you were really good at, or excuse me, if you write down something you really enjoyed, but you weren't really good at it,
right,
you might go to school and get some training. You might study social media marketing if you want to be a social media coach.
Oh.
You might study being a better trainer if you want to be a trainer. You might even go take an English class if you want to be a writer, so you can be a better writer. So when you think about the things that you've done in life, you want to write down the things that you've done. Get down in the weeds. Get down into really simple things. Don't look up top here. Get down and really in the filing, writing, editing, painting, all the things that you've done in life, and figure out what did you enjoy, what were you good at, and what did you enjoy that you can get better at.
So like babysitting or bossing other people around?
Bossing other people around? Maybe being a leader or a manager.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You write down those things, and when you say being a leader or a boss,
right,
it's more than being a boss. It's mentoring. It's guiding. It's educating.
Oh, I like that name of it better.
Yes, it's all. You get down in the weeds of the things that add up to being a boss, the things that add up to being a manager. You don't write manager. You write the stuff that you did in those roles.
Those different tasks that I fulfilled in those roles.
Yes, those activities, yes.
Okay, great.
Carol, when you dream, and you dream out loud, and you share your dreams and your ideas with others, and you get people that know you and trust you and respect you to introduce you to someone else, and you share those ideas with them, and you hear what they have to say, and then you look at what you've done in life that you were good at, that you enjoyed, and you could get better at.
Okay.
When you visualize what you're dreaming, the ideas that others share with you, and what you're good at, could get better at, and enjoy, it all comes together, and you discover that you're no longer an IT guy.
Okay.
You're a social media coach. You're an author. You're a blogger. You're a trainer. You discover what it really is that you should be doing in life. And you've got to be open to the idea that it has nothing to do with your past. If you dream out loud and share your dreams with complete strangers and really care about yourself, and really challenge yourself to think far and wide, you're going to discover something that gets you out of bed in the morning, fired up. You're going to get out of bed in the morning looking forward to the day. You're going to, if you're in a career transition and looking for a job, you now clearly know who you are and what you do or what you want to do. And now there's no confusion, there's clarity. So that when you have a conversation with somebody about what it is that you want to do, they can clearly know how they can help you or who to introduce you to next.
Well, that sounds exciting. I am going to try that. I'm going to use the wisdom. I'm going to use the advice he gave me. And you know what? If he can do it and he can improve his life and get out of the box and do something that makes him feel excited and passionate, well, this gutsy girl can too. So I'm going to rock it.
I will never forget this process that I went through and how it affected me personally. How it affected the way I think, the way I treat others, the energy that I have to do what I do. And I really implore you to take the challenge, to spend the time going through this process, because you will become a different person. I will never forget the day that my wife said to me that one of my daughters came to her and said, "Mom, Dad is a much better person. He is different." They saw it. They felt it. It changed our relationship because I am now doing what I truly, truly love to do. And that's very clear to everyone who sees me. And it can be clear to everyone who sees you when you spend the time and you really commit to the activity of dreaming out loud, share your dreams with others, and become the person that you truly can become.